What is up, everybody?
Welcome back to the
What the Fuck podcast, episode
number
20. Let's get fucking loud.
20, bitch, 20, motherfucking 20, 20. That means, Austin, that we have been doing this podcast for 20 weeks.
Which in turn means 5 months.
We got a lot planned for today. We got a lot of topics. We got the Stranger Things finale today. I am so pumped. This episode 20. This is a milestone for our podcast, Austin.
Wow. I know. we're only we're only like 1/5 of the way there to fucking 100. So
yep, we'll get there in about, well, let's see, I guess it'd be another 15 months because it took us 5 months to get to 20, so another 15 months. That means a year and 3 months from now.
Jesus Christ,
we'll be on episode 100 if we consecutively do it every week.
Yeah. Well,
I'm excited, man. It's episode 20 times we sat here and done this. We talked about so much over the past 20 episodes.
We started with sexual assault and Powerpuff Girls, and now we're still doing fuck shit.
Mm-hmm. Get ready, get loud for episode 20 because we got a lot to discuss today. And you'll be happy to know that the majority is not wrestling related. Finally.
Well, since we're talking about getting loud, might as well just introduce my new segment. What movies have they been in? This week.
What movies has who been in, Austin?
This week. This week we got the star of Cinderella 2021. You know him as James Corden.
Fuck me. So I got a little bit of a sneak preview of this before the podcast, and we're in for quite the show with this.
Yeah, we're actually doing a live commentary after this, and then we're reviewing Cinderella 2021 after this. So
because Austin wants me to die. So
no, he asked if you want, like, if he could be on your review with me. So I said, you know what, next review I'm doing is Cinderella 2021. So, you know, yeah, fuck it, you know. Well, we have the Late Late Show with James Corden. Is his first thing he's known for.
What was it called again?
The Late Late Show.
For some reason I thought you said the Lele Show. I was gonna say it was Lele Pons on there too.
I know. There was one fucking YouTuber that had a night show. Like Lily Singh had a fucking show.
Oh yeah. What the fuck was it called? Late Nights with Lily or something?
Yeah,
like that?
Late Night with Lily Singh or whatever. It only got 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Into the Woods. He played the narrator in Into the Woods. Oh. Trolls. He played Biggie in Trolls.
Oh god.
Oh wow. He played Peter Rabbit in Peter Rabbit.
I can tell what fucking like abandoned road this is going down.
Oh man. He played James Corden in Cinderella.
But he played himself in it?
Apparently the rat's name is James Corden.
Why? That makes no sense. James Corden is not in the fucking Cinderella story.
But it's new. It's new and it's groundbreaking, Devin. It's what people are calling it.
Groundbreaking?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
He played Peter Rabbit in Peter Rabbit 2.
Oh. Yeah, at least he came back for the sequel, I guess.
Yeah. He played Barry Glickman in The Prom. Netflix original, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
he played Biggie in Trolls World Tour.
There was multiple Trolls movie? I thought there was only one.
There was a second one.
Oh, man. Fuck off.
He played Neil Smith in Gavin and Stacey. Oh, here's what you were talking about. He played Bustopher Jones in Cats. It's his lowest rated film so far at 2.7 stars.
What, Cats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, movie was trash. I didn't even see it, but I know it was trash.
He played Boris Johnson on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, they had him on SNL. Oh, no.
He played James Corden in Yesterday.
Is James Corden just in, like, all these movie universes or something?
I guess, because he plays James Corden in Happy Together as well.
What are we gonna see next? James Corden playing James Corden in Fast 10 or something?
I would watch Fast 10 if that's the case. He played Percy in Smallfoot.
What the fuck is Smallfoot?
Looks like a kid's movie. He played John
Sounds like
Fraser.
something Jan Schneider would make.
Oh God. He played John Fraser in Ocean's 8. He played Peter Rabbit in Flopsy Turvy.
What the fuck?
I don't know. He played Biggie in Trolls Holiday.
How? I thought you said there's only two.
And apparently there's a holiday. 1, 2.
Fucking God. Why, man?
He played.
Who likes Trolls this much?
He played High Five in the Emoji Movie. Somehow that's rated better than Cats. With 3.3. He played High Five in the Emoji Movie, the virtual reality experience.
What in the fuck is that?
I don't want to know. He played Market Trader in Lady in the Van. He played the narrator in S.O. Trot. He played Phil in The Wrong Mans.
Why does he always either play himself or be a narrator? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. He played Tim's in 50 Years on Stage.
Like, honestly, who thinks James Corden is that funny to be in all this shit? I've watched James Corden. I've watched an episode of The Late Late Show before, and it's cringe. It's bad. I don't know who enjoys that.
He played Boy in That Night.
He played a boy?
No, it's just Boy, not a boy. It just says Boy.
What the fuck?
He played Paul in One Chance. He played Steve in Begin Again.
Those sound like rom-coms or something.
He played a mouse again in Gruffalo's Child.
Oh, God.
He played Craig Owens in Night and the Doctor. He played Craig Owens in Doctor Who.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Oh my God. No. Oh, I thought. Oh no. Yeah, that is what I'm thinking of. Jesus Christ. He played one of the Three Musketeers and the 2011 Three Musketeers movie. No! No!
I'm here to get loud.
Did you hear that?
No, I just picked my mic back up.
He played one of the Three Musketeers in the Three Musketeers 2011 movie.
Why, man? Why?
Oh, he played the narrator in Little Charlie Bear. He played Jinx in Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black in it. He played Billy in Animals United. He played the mouse in the Gruffalo. Oh my god. He played Soldier Vimcott in Planet 51. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah. I remember Planet 51.
He played Fletch in Vampire Killers.
So, I'm guessing his career, like, at least in terms of, like, playing roles, was, like, the 2010s.
Yeah. But he also started Fable 2 as Monty.
Hmm.
Great.
Slowly hating him more and more.
He played in Little Britain, one of the worst fucking movies of all time. He played Rory in All or Nothing.
What are all these roles he's playing?
Oh, he played Bran in the Jack and the Beanstalk 2001 adaptation.
Oh my fucking god.
He played Gareth Jones in Boys with a Z Unlimited. Oh, now we get to his writing roles, okay? The Late Late Show, Game On, Gavin and Stacey, the 73rd Annual Grammys. Wait a minute, no, that's not the Grammys. That's fucking. It's not oh, the Tonys. Never mind. Okay, the 60th Annual Grammy Awards, the 59th Annual Grammy Awards, the 70th Annual Tony Awards, The Wrong Mans, Us and Them, the Best of One Direction.
Oh my fucking... Why, dude? What? Like, how do people think he's fucking funny?
I don't know. Now we're going to his producer roles. Cinderella 2021.
No. Oh, dear God.
The Late Late Show. Carpool
He produces
Karaoke.
his show?
Yeah.
I thought that would be like the TV network he's on that would produce it.
Game On. The Wrong Mans. The 73rd Annual Tony Awards. The World's Best. Drop the Mic. Jesus Christ. The Late Late Show is on here multiple times. Oh, Music Department.
What? Music department?
Yep, he helped with the music with Beat Bugs. Soundtrack. Cinderella 2021. The Nostalgia Critic. From 2020 to 2021. He helped with the soundtrack for the Nostalgia Critic.
What soundtrack for what?
I don't know.
What the fuck did Nostalgia Critic have a soundtrack for?
I don't know.
Oh, please tell me it wasn't the fucking soundtrack he made for that one review that was bad.
The Wall, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Ralph the Movie Maker.
What?
Apparently he was on Ralph the Movie Maker for the soundtrack.
What the fuck?
Watch Mojo.
Oh my god.
Trolls World Tour. Keep in mind, all these YouTube ones, all in 2020. They're all in 2020. Oh, he helped with the music for Cats. So
Great.
oh, Cinema Sins.
I remember Cinema Sins.
Oh, but this was in 2015 too. Britain's Got Talent. And Entertainment Tonight. And that is what James Corden has been in.
Oh, what a specimen.
Let's get loud. Let's get loud.
Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself.
Devin's gonna love this movie when we watch it. Alright. Well, since you're already in pain right now, you want to talk about Alexa Bliss?
Well, I mean, you had the shit she was saying, but Alexa Bliss is delusional now because now that people are shitting on her segments, that people actually aren't liking Alexa Bliss anymore. Well, some more people than there was before. Now she's like going after like all these wrestling journalists on Twitter and shit, or she's going after like Meltzer and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
and she's just delusional now. Like, she basically told Meltzer, like, stop trying to get clout off of our segments. And, like, nobody's getting clout. And then there was, like, the thing where her and Charlotte's segment was so bad that, like, they said, like, 1,500 people left the arena.
Yeah.
And then Alexa was saying, like, oh, you mean the 1,500 people that were invested in our segment or whatever. It's like, fuck off.
Oh, and she was also going like, where are these sources that everybody's talking about? These sources are so phony and fake and shit. Like,
Just like your fucking gimmick. Making people fucking, like, mind controlling them and shit.
Anything else about Alexa Bliss?
Yeah, she's a dumb fucking cunt, and I don't like her anymore. I used to like Alexa Bliss, and I thought she was attractive, but now I can't stand Alexa Bliss. She's so fucking stupid.
Well,
What about you? What do you think of Alexa Bliss, since you were a simp for her?
she's still attractive. I can say that. But she's also very dumb. So, well, from someone you hate, I guess I'll talk about someone I hate. Tommy Dreamer.
As if we haven't talked about him 5 times before.
All right,
when
Tommy.
we were doing the roster roast.
All right, Tommy. I think you need to sit your old ass down. You got your weak knees and shit. You fucking 50-year-old bastard. Fucking piece of shit, mother. I hate you. I hate you so much. So much. Innovator of violence. You're the innovator of fucking being a piece of shit. I fucking hate Tommy Dreamer so much. Like, I do not like Tommy Dreamer. For one, he got his wife's neck broken. I don't think I've said that enough. He got his wife's neck fucking broken.
She was overreacting, Austin.
No, she wasn't. Her neck was in two.
That's just her overreacting because she couldn't handle the boys being the boys in ECW.
Are you on some New Jack crack, Devin?
No.
Because Tommy Dreamer definitely got after New Jack passed. Tommy Dreamer must have fucking inherited his stash because my fucking god, he's in the news again for for one. Okay, Tommy, for one, this will go into my cancel topic, like who got canceled this week. But for one, you have no say in anything because you're a dumb fuck. Okay? You're stupid. You're just stupid. You have no brain cells. I lose brain cells just looking at you. God. So, Ric Flair got outed for apparently walking around on the plate right from hell, walking around in just a robe and swinging his dick like a helicopter at this woman. Now,
yep, like a helicopter.
I'm not gonna say it's true or not because I have respect for Ric Flair. The little respect I have for him right now because he's thinking about joining AEW. The little fucking respect I have for him, I want to keep that. But so I'm not gonna say anything on that because I don't know what's true. It might be true, it might not. I don't fucking know. So there's that. There's my cancel for this week. But Tommy Dreamer decides to say, no, she was just overreacting. Overreacting.
Wait, now?
What?
I said, are you doing like? Is
well,
this
I kind of just passed. I kind of just passed over it. Really, I kind of just said the whole Ric Flair thing, and that's how I did the cancel segment. So we won't do the
jingle for that.
We'll play the jingle after I talk about Tommy Dreamer.
Why do you have a jingle?
No, you had one. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fucking. But like, Tommy Dreamer says she was overreacting. Rick was just styling and profiling. Tommy, shut your ass up. For one, you have no say in this situation. You didn't fucking go up to Ric Flair and help him if he did do it. All I know, Tommy, all I fucking know is that you have done some dumb shit. Being a murder mystery storyline. It's so bad that you said this. That Impact indefinitely suspended you. Impact!
He doesn't care because he believes he is right.
Dude. How? How?
He's Tommy effing Dreamer.
No, but how? How do you get Impact to indefinitely suspend you? They got Scott Hall when he was on the fucking height of his drug addiction. They did. I'm not lying.
Impact
they had Perk Angle. Perk fucking Angle. My fucking god. I genuinely, I don't. They had RVD get them banned off Twitch, and they still had him in the company. How the fuck, dude? Please tell me.
This is just too much.
Too much? Fuck's sake, dude. I genuinely... Oh my fucking god, Tommy. How do you fuck up this bad? I thought breaking your wife's neck pretty much was bad enough. But how do you fuck up where you get indefinitely suspended from Impact of all places? Like, my fucking god. What is wrong with you? You dumbass. He complete dipshit. Like, fucking God. Dude, as soon as I get Retromania, I'm destroying Tommy Dreamer. You will get a fucking video of me just using every character to just beat Tommy Dreamer. Beat the ever-loving shit out of him. Like, I hate Tommy Dreamer. Fuck's sake. My fucking God. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. How? How, Devin? Please tell me how. Please. I need to know. How the fuck? How the fuck? I'm getting loud.
Because his opinion, Tommy Dreamer was so right that Impact, they didn't know what to do. He was so right in his claims.
No.
That they just
No.
they had to suspend him.
No.
They were just so wrong.
No.
Tommy Dreamer shouldn't be suspended.
I'm not doing this right now. I'm not doing your bullshit. Alright, fine. We could talk about Family Guy doing a COVID vaccination ad.
Is that all you want to say about Tommy Dreamer? Or?
I hope he jumps off a cliff. But
I gotta play your jingle. Let me pull it up. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, why can I not find it now? What the fuck? Did it get taken down? Hold on, let me try remix maybe? Is that why I can't find it? No, I just genuinely can't find it.
well, shit.
Alright, we'll just do this then. God damn, what the fuck? Alright, there we go. This will be your jingle for this episode.
Oh my God.
I can't find the fucking EDP one. I was trying to look it up and it's just not coming up.
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna serve some time and pay some fine. 'Cause being famous has destroyed my mind. I am so horny, my ego makes me want to have sex with underage girls to feel strong. Where did I go wrong?
There you go.
Alright, well, I sent you a link to the Family Guy COVID-19 awareness, vaccine awareness PSA. So we can react to it.
Why is this a thing?
It's 3 minutes long.
What is it? Okay, I gotta pull it up. Hello?
I'm here. I'm waiting.
I said I got it pulled up.
Oh, you got it pulled up? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
God, I hate getting
Shots. Why do I gotta get this stupid COVID vaccine anyway? You should know how to say it. It's been well over a year. Yeah, well over a year. I only ever read it. If it isn't the mummy to be. If it isn't the mummy to be. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be competent. Before I administer the vaccine, do you have any questions? How does your vaccine work? How does your vaccine work? Well, think of the vaccine as a large ethnic bouncer. COVID as the drunk entitled white kid yelling, "Do you know who my father is?" Good, do I have
Vaccines have been around for hundreds of years.
They helped eliminate smallpox from the face of the earth, and they're well on the way to doing the same with polio.
Devastating diseases, you understand. And now, thanks to vaccines, you don't even have to worry about them. What do you say, Brian? Should we show them how it works?
Should we show them how it works?
Well, I have a date with that chick.
What the hell? Where are we?
We're inside the fat man's body.
Fine, I'll text her, I'll be late.
Fine, I'll text her, I'll be late.
There's no reception.
Oh, yes, there's too much plaque in his arteries. You'll never get a signal. Anyway, vaccines protect us from illnesses by activating our immune response without the danger of actual infection, thereby training the body to fight off the real thing. Some of the COVID vaccines work by exposing your immune system to proteins which resemble the spike protein of the virus, but cannot infect you. The vaccine stimulates your immune system to make antibodies against the virus, mimicking what happens when you get COVID, except that you don't get sick with the vaccine. The mRNA vaccines actually use the genetic code of the virus to create a pretend version of the spike protein.
Hi, I look like the virus, but I'm not the virus.
When the real virus tries to attack your body, these pre-made circulating immune proteins are already available. Coded to recognize the virus and at the ready to fight back. They essentially find, bind to, and kill the invading virus, drastically reducing the chances that you'll get sick. The vaccine also results in the creation of memory cells that will fight the virus in years to come.
Memory cells, right, I'm glad you said that. I was going to touch on it.
Don't do that. So the more quickly we all get vaccinated, the more quickly we can all get back to doing the things we love safely.
Right, like that chicken bowling alley.
Yeah, I was thinking of like as of now, billions of COVID vaccines have been administered safely to people around the world. Brian, I think you're stepping on Hill's liver.
Oh, God.
Yes, let's just swim over here.
All right, well, what Peter might ask is, what if the vaccine makes him sick?
The common side effects from the COVID vaccines are generally mild and last a few days. But do you know what can have serious long-term side effects?
Well, he also says he just figures everyone else is going to get it, so why does he have to?
Well, what he should understand is that getting the shot not only protects him, but also the people around him. But even more importantly, if the virus is allowed to spread through an unvaccinated population, it could mutate into a variant that the vaccines might not protect against.
And then we're right back where we started. Singing Imagine. We cannot let that happen. I just realized this is like one of those schoolhouse rocks. You know, without the rock.
Yeah, it's like way to end strong, Brian.
You know what, Doc? I changed my mind. Something inside of me tells me I ought to get the shot. I'm going to be very happy you did. Just give me fair warning because I'm very afraid of needles. And also some guy on the radio said you're done. You're done. That was easy. A freaking Bart Simpson Band-Aid.
What do you think of that, Devin?
Why? I don't understand. Like, I mean, I get it's supposed to help spread the message about getting the vaccine to help everybody, but like, why? Like, it's like South Park did an episode about COVID. Now Family Guy did this. Like, why? Like, I don't see why they need to do like episodes and shit on it, like, because stuff like that's supposed to be like an escape from what's going on in the world, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I don't know. It might just be because I don't like Family Guy in general anymore. Like, I don't know. Is it a good message? Yeah, it's probably gonna help a lot more people decide on whether they want to get the vaccine or not. I mean, you really shouldn't rely on fucking Family Guy of all things to be your deciding factor of what to do and not do with your body, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. It was An okay message. I just don't really understand why Family Guy, of all things, had to do that.
Well, speaking of escape, someone who should escape from the internet, Trisha Paytas has a
Yes,
petition.
sir. I believe we brought her up didn't we bring her up last week for the cancel segment?
I think so.
Well, more Trisha Paytas news this week, or another thing going on about Trisha Paytas. If you want to get into it, or if you want me to say it, I will.
She has a petition to get kicked off YouTube. The internet in general.
Yep, somebody made it's not just YouTube. Somebody made a change.org petition to remove Trisha Paytas, and they also put like all her social media names off of all social media, like every single social media.
That's dedication.
Yeah, and the signature goal is 150,000, and you wanna know how many they're at right now? 101,000. So a lot of people want Trisha Paytas gone from the internet. Will it work? Probably not. I genuinely don't know. But I wonder what Trisha Paytas thinks about the petition against her.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Trisha Paytas is Trisha Paytas. She's a fucking bitch. But someone who is also a bitch, Chris Danker, Dankops.
Oh yeah, baby.
Somehow
He's a star, boy.
Oh my fucking god. I hate him so much. Chris Danker now has a podcast.
It's called Into the Danger Zone.
Why does everybody have a podcast now? Everybody.
Your mic is like getting really crackly.
Why does everybody have a podcast now? Please tell me why.
I don't know. We got a podcast.
I mean,
So
we have a podcast because we actually like to talk about stuff. But it feels like sometimes there's people that just make a podcast and make a fucking podcast.
yeah.
I
mean,
feel
he
like
literally said the podcast nobody wanted, but it's here anyway. That's what
exactly.
he said.
Who is gonna listen to that? Who's like, oh, I can't wait for my newest fucking Chris Danger for this fucking week. Like nobody's up there.
Who fucking swoon over his channel.
Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty sure in like the teaser he put forward, he said like it's just gonna be like general like life talk about him and also wrestling.
Why? Why would I want to hear life talk about Chris Danker?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean he does think highly of himself, so
he's not a fucking star boy.
But I mean, I don't know. He's fucking. I can't imagine his podcast is gonna be good. He has like no fucking personality.
No,
He
he's
tried
a
to
bland
freestyle. He can't even do that.
Dude, like, legitimately, I could barely tolerate him when he's playing with New Legacy Inc. Like, I can't tolerate him when he's playing alone. Fuck that. Nobody can tolerate that fucking man. I don't understand. I actually want to know how New Legacy Inc. and fucking like Xavier Woods and fucking Adam Cole and everybody can tolerate that man. I don't even fucking understand. He's so annoying, dude.
I mean, I don't know. I can't stand him either. Like, especially when I watch New Legacy. Like, he's the one guy on there where I just don't care to hear him talk. I don't really give a shit if he's there or not. Like,
it was enjoyable on the Mario Party fucking stream that New Legacy Inc. did, like the recent one. He got fucked royally that entire game, and it was so enjoyable because I do not like Chris Danker. I genuinely don't. So...
Well, I don't know. There's going to be people that like his podcast because there's people that, I mean, if a lot of people didn't like him, there wouldn't be 15 fucking million Chris Danger calls every year on community creations and shit.
I know.
Oh, there goes Austin. So there, Chris Danger said, "Oh, you don't like me, huh?"
Nah, Chris Danger's a fucking pussy, so don't even.
Chris Danger, if you're watching.
Do you want to tell me why Nova hasn't slept for the last time? Because this is the last time we're doing this.
So the reason it's the last time is just because, like, there's nothing different anytime. It's just, oh, Nova played GTA for this long. Like, nobody's surprised at this point. Like, it's all he does. We read last week him being a complete piece of shit. He's live right now, actually. But, like, the dude literally attacks his fans for not liking the fucking GTA RP when that's all he fucking does. Like, he acts so personally offended about it. Like, okay, let me go to videos. Twitch is, like, lagging for some reason. Okay. Okay, so 7 days ago, Meth Loop 20% off new and gift subs. 10 hours and 58 minutes. 6 days ago, Meth Loop Redux featuring Deathloop Finale. So he was actually streaming Deathloop instead of GTA.
Shocking.
9 hours and 44 minutes. But, 5 days ago, Buff Sizz Deathloop done. 11 hours and 57 minutes. Buff Sizz, 4 days ago, Buff Sizz needs GNE. 9 hours and 48 minutes. Then yesterday, Buff Sizz prays for a good Monday. 11 hours and 57 minutes. And he streamed for 3 hours and 52 minutes so far today. Because that's all he does. He lives his life on fucking Twitch. That's all he does. GTA RP every day. Like, honestly, I want your honest opinion, Austin, because this shit started off as your fucking segment and became my fucking segment. It started off with you hating Nova, and it became my weekly segment. So, in your opinion, do you honestly think that outside of doing the Twitch stream and all that, like, with how much Nova does it, do you think he genuinely, like, has a life outside of that?
I don't know.
Do you think he does anything else?
I genuinely don't know.
Life? Because to stream between, like, 9 and 12 hours on the same game every single day, like, that's so much of your life gone. Like, that's dedication to stream that much almost every single day. Like,
and this is why I miss old Nova, because he didn't fucking do that shit. Like, he didn't.
Oh, people asked him to bring back Hard Time, and he said no, Austin.
Well, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't understand him anymore.
He's just Nova. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't know why he is like that. I don't know.
Oh. What?
He's just...
You were saying something?
He's just a fucking dick. That's all he is.
Yeah.
Like, literally was a dick to his fucking fans just because they wanted to see him do something else.
Well, for the last time on this podcast, maybe we'll revisit it, like, eventually. Maybe if we get to, like, 40 episodes, when we get to 40 episodes, we'll try to revisit it and see how he's doing. Something.
Well,
But,
I mean, that's why Nova hasn't slept all these weeks and months that we've been doing this.
for now, this is going to be a farewell.
Gotta play the jingle.
Fuck, dude, that's not what I wanted.
What the fuck? I did the PlayStation 2 intro.
I don't know why that was the thing. That's what you leave him with, Nova. Fucking nothing.
Yep. Fucking goodbye, Nova.
Well, on more positive news, Jim Cornette had his 60th birthday this week. So,
Goddamn.
yeah. Happy birthday to Jim Cornette.
Happy birthday, Jim, Big Jim, James E, Corny, whatever you want to call him. Hopefully Jim is alive and kicking for years and years to come. Hopefully nothing happens to him.
Hopefully. Well, do you want to talk about your Jurassic Park news?
So, let me pull it up, because I sent it to you. Where did I send it at? There's a lot of stuff I sent you. Okay, here it is. So, this news comes from xfire.com. I seen this pop up the other day. It says news: Alien Isolation Studio, the people that made the Alien Isolation game, might be working on a Jurassic Park survival horror game. This was by Ray Ampoloquio. I don't know how you say that. It says that to take it with a grain of salt because it claims that it's a 4chan leak. But it says the description suggests that it will take place after the original Jurassic Park trilogy, but before the Jurassic World films. And that's all they really said about it. It's just a rumor. That's all it is. So
Yeah, I'm interested.
I think it could be cool. There's a game that not many people know about where it's Resident Evil, like the old Resident Evil PS1 games, like that style, but it's like a dinosaur horror game, and it's called I have it on my PS1. It's called Dino Crisis, and it, like, when I was little, it genuinely scared me.
Yeah.
And like it's really well made. Some people say it's the best dinosaur game ever made. And so they also made a Dino Crisis 2. It wasn't as good as the first one. Like the first one's like really atmospheric. It's really dark and gritty. But I think a Jurassic Park one could work like that. Especially with now graphics and the abilities that they have now to make games, like. But I think it could be cool. I wish they would do it. They already are making a new Jurassic game. For those who may not remember, they made a game called Jurassic World Evolutions. Well, they're in the process of making Jurassic World Evolutions 2. I think that's going to be coming out next year. Which also Jurassic World Dominion comes out next year.
Maybe that's gonna be a tie-in, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. It could be. But I think it'd be a cool idea.
I would probably enjoy it. I know you would.
Yeah. I definitely like if it has really good like atmosphere, just like horror elements, like if it's really well done and suspenseful, and I think it could be one of the best. It could probably be the best Jurassic Park game ever made, and probably one of the best modern horror games if they do it right. Because a lot of people said Alien Isolation was one of the best horror games ever made. So, I mean,
I don't know. I haven't played it, so
I haven't either, but, you know, who's to say it couldn't be? I hope that it's more than just a rumor. I hope they actually do it, because it sounds fun. But, I mean, we have other gaming news to talk about as well, because there is a new SpongeBob game coming out. And why are we talking about a SpongeBob game? Well, because I was a big fan of Battle for Bikini Bottom, and as you all know, last year the remaster of Battle for Bikini Bottom came out. It was made by THQ Nordic, and it got a lot of great reception. I played through it. I had a really fun time with it. It was nostalgic, but also fresh at the same time. So, the same people who made Battle for Bikini Bottom, like the remaster, they are making a new SpongeBob game called SpongeBob SquarePants Cosmic Shake. I sent it to Austin. Basically what it is, it uses stuff from Battle for Bikini Bottom, like the assets and stuff. You can tell it's like some of the same character models, but what it is from what I understand. Hold on, let me go to the Steam store to read you the description of the game. Oh, the developer's Purple Lamp Studios, by the way.
okay.
So, wish-granting mermaids' tears in the hands of SpongeBob and Patrick. What could go wrong? Sure, the very fabric holding the universe together could come undone, opening portals into wild wish worlds. But that's nothing our favorite Sponge can't handle with the right cosmic costume. So basically, they're using like a multiverse type thing where it looks like you go to like different sets of like different episodes of the show, and they're also using like the costume feature originally way back in the day with the first ever 3D SpongeBob game, which was Revenge of the Flying Dutchman on the PS2. They had like that mechanic to use costumes, so it looks like they're bringing that back. So it looks like they're taking what they did with Battle for Bikini Bottom and they're expanding on it and making their own original game. And the trailer has me hyped.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
And also the main theme of the game is going to be the song they used for the game, Band Geeks episode, which I fucking love it. Like, they went really hard on, like, the references and stuff.
Yeah.
They had, some of the scenes, there was a Mystery, the seahorse. There was, Spongegar, like the cave SpongeBob that everybody made the meme out of.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of different ones. Like, they took the asset of Rock Bottom from Battle for Bikini Bottom and they threw, like, a Halloween skin on it, and it looks really sick. So it depends. I hope it's going to be good. I think it will be, because they did Battle for Bikini Bottom well.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for it. I want to play it.
I mean, I'm looking at some of the screenshots. They also have, I don't know if it says it's a 3D platformer. I don't know if there's going to be multiple characters to play as. Like, I don't know if they're going to take that aspect from Battle for Bikini Bottom or not. Or if it's just going to be SpongeBob. I know they're doing like a thing where You have Patrick with you all the time as kind of like a dynamic, but he's balloon Patrick, so he like floats around you.
Yeah.
Look at some of the screenshots. In the first screenshot, we have the snail Bob, like the snail Spongebob from the one episode where he got turned into a snail. Then we have the screenshot of Balloon Patrick, SpongeBob, and the Band Geeks get-ups. Sandy in her karate, like Kill Bill style thing. Mr. Krabs, Squidward, Mrs. Puff, and then there's the Sponge Gar. There's the Halloween themed Rock Bottom with the Flying Dutchman, Mystery the Seahorse, and then the last screenshot is Sandy in downtown Bikini Bottom. So it looks really good so far.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be on... what does it say? What systems it's going to be on?
I know it's on PS4.
Mm-hmm. It's obviously going to be on Steam because I'm on the Steam page. It's probably just going to be on, I'll say PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and probably... Oh, I think they said it's going to be on Switch, and also, obviously, PC on Steam. So, they said it's supposed to come out at the end of this year. So, actually, let me go back to the page to see if it says anything about a release date. It says release date coming soon is what it says. But I'm really excited about it.
Well, with us being excited with that, we should stay being excited because we should do Stranger Things.
Yes, sir.
Season 2 finale.
All right, time to get
We're getting
to
wild with Stranger Things.
Yes, sir. Getting to Stranger Things for this week, and ladies and gentlemen, it couldn't be more fitting for episode 20 that we have today the conclusion of season 2, the last episode of season 2. We just watched it. So this was a big episode. This was the longest episode of season 2. It was an hour and 2 minutes. It picks directly up from the ending of episode 8, where we saw 11 come to Will's mom's house. And so the episode starts off with that scene, and then 11 having an emotional reunion with Mike, and then she also has like a reunion with Dustin and Lucas, and basically Mike is trying to ask her where she's been, and then he finds out that Hopper was hiding her, and Mike gets pissed and starts calling him a piece of shit and a liar, and then Mike ends up like crying, and Hopper like holds him, and then like 11 kind of, you could tell she doesn't like Max for whatever reason, and so hold on, let me skim through. So because a lot of shit happened in this. I'm skimming through to try to remember fucking everything, because a lot of shit happened in this episode. So 11 asks to see Will, and so Will's mom shows her, and she notices the thing that says close gate, and basically it's what they have to do to beat the Mind Flayer, but also it's a nod back to the first season where 11 said that she opened the gate. So in this one, in the conclusion to this season, she has to be the one to close the gate. And I'm guessing she's the only one that can.
Yes.
And then it shows the gate and how massive it's become. It's not just that little gate in the lab anymore. It's growing and spreading. Then it goes to the credits. You can skip past that. So it opened, the episode 9 after the credits opens up with Mike's mom in the tub, and someone rings the doorbell, and she tells her husband to get it, but he's completely fucking sleeping. He's out of it. So she has to get out of the tub and go answer the door. When she answers the door, it is Max's brother Billy, who we saw in the last episode was getting pretty much abused by his dad. And now he's pissed and wants to take his anger out on Max and her friends. So, and he said that he went to Dustin's house and Lucas's house and got told to come to Mike's house. And you could tell Mrs. Wheeler, let's just say, she was interested in Billy.
WTF.
Yeah, because apparently Mr. Wheeler ain't been giving her that dick like she been needing it. So, and Billy was looking mighty fine to her, and I mean obviously he was looking at her that way too. But she tells him to go to Will's house because that's where she knows that Mike is, and so she gives him the directions and he leaves. Then it picks up with, from there, it picks up with Hopper and everybody thinking about what they're going to do, how they're going to beat this thing. And they all go to check on Will, and then Will's mom realizes she remembers all the times that Will said it likes it cold. And she didn't put the pieces of the puzzle together till now. And then they realize the way to get this virus, the Mind Flare, out of Will is to make it so uncomfortably hot that the virus will leave its host because the host will become unbearable for it to infect. So then they devised this plan that not only do they have to get that out of Will, but also at the same time Hopper and 11 are going to go to the lab so 11 can close the gate. And they leave Steve, Max, Dustin, Lucas, and Mike at Will's house while Jonathan, Nancy, and Will's mom take Will to the cabin where they're keeping 11 at, and Hopper and 11 go to the lab. So a lot of different things were going on at the same time in this episode.
Yeah. It was kind of all over the place, but it made sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so 11 and Hopper are riding in the car, and he's trying to ask her where she's been, and she said she went to go see her mama, and Hopper was kind of like disapproving of the way she got there, because she said she got picked up by a nice man in a big truck, and he was like, oh really, a nice man in a big truck? And then they patch things up, and Hopper apologizes and like talks about the death of his daughter, as we saw, I believe it was in the first season.
Yes.
And then so 11 has like this emotional moment with Hopper, and they patch things up between them. And while that's going on, Steve and Dustin are putting the body of the demo dog in the fridge because Dustin said it's a scientific discovery that's never been discovered before or something, and he said it's valuable or whatever. I don't know if that is going to have anything to do with the next season, if them putting the body in the fridge does anything.
I don't remember.
But, so, let me find my place here. So after that, Mike is like pacing back and forth because he's worried about 11, and everybody's telling him like chill out, and they're basically getting frustrated because they're sitting there doing nothing, and basically they told Steve to like watch the kids. He basically became a babysitter. So they devised this plan where they like think about the demo dogs, and then they're like, oh shit, well in order for 11 to close the gate and to help get that thing out of Will, they could knock out two birds with one stone by going into the upside down and going into like that center place in the tunnels and setting it on fire to one, attack the mind flare and heat it up to get it out of Will, and two, to lead the demo dogs away from the lab for the time being, and so that way they can close the gate. And so Steve's like, no, we're not doing that. If one of you kids die, it's going to be on me. We're not doing that. There's no way we're leaving. As soon as he says that, Billy pulls up, and Max is like, oh shit, it's my brother. He's going to kill us. And so then Steve walks outside and he's talking to Billy, and Billy says he's looking for Max, and Steve says that she's not here, but then Billy sees that he's lying because the kids are looking out the window, and so Steve starts telling Billy to leave, and then so then he pushes Steve down and walks in the house, and then the kids are standing there looking at Billy, and he gets mad at Max, and then he snatches up Lucas and slams him against the wall and is telling him, like, I told you to stay away from my sister, stay away from her. And then Lucas kicks Billy in the dick, and then Billy gets mad and like grabs Lucas again, and so then Steve comes in and starts fighting Billy, starts beating the shit out of Billy, and then Billy's like, well, am I finally about to see this crazy Steve that everybody's told me so much about, this bad boy Steve? And so he keeps punching Billy, but then eventually Billy starts fighting back, and he whoops Steve's fucking ass. And yeah, so that's the second time like Steve's got his ass whooped.
I swear, if I can't even remember if Steve gets his ass whooped in season 3, but if he does, that's gonna be 3 fucking times.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped by Jonathan in season 1, and he got his ass whooped by Billy in season 2.
How the fuck can he take on a Demogorgon, but not take on an actual human? Like,
I don't know. But so Billy is like on top of Steve, punching him to a point where Steve gets knocked out, and he won't stop punching him. So Max grabs one of those syringes that they were using to put Will to sleep, and she jams it right into Billy's neck and presses down on it to get it to inject him. And then Billy's like, oh shit, I just got stabbed in the neck. And he gets up and he's like, what the hell did you just do to me? And he like pulls it out and he's like, what the hell is this? And then he like, his vision starts getting all hazy and he falls to the ground and he starts laughing. And then Max grabs Steve's Janus bat and puts it between Billy's legs and tells him to leave her and her friends alone. And she asked him if he understood, and he didn't say anything. And then she went to swing at him, and she was like, do you understand? Tell me, say I understand. And he said it very lowly, and then she yelled at him to say it again, and he said it louder. And then he passed out. And then she takes his keys out of his pocket, and then they get in Billy's car and drive away. Then it cuts to Nancy, Jonathan, and Will's mom taking Will into the cabin. They lay him down, and they have all these big heaters and stuff set up, and they turn it on. Then it goes to Eleven and Hopper arriving at the lab, where Eleven is looking at the lab, and she's just getting flashback after flashback of stuff that happened to her there. And Hopper tells her, I'm gonna lead the way. I'm gonna try to take out all the demo dogs, and you save your energy for when you have to close the gate. And so they walk in, and then it cuts back to the kids. They're driving Billy's car. Max is the one driving. Steve's like unconscious in the back seat, and they show what Steve's face looks like after the fight, and he got fucked up.
Yeah,
his face is like all swollen. And he starts waking up and then realizes that the kids are driving the car, and he starts freaking out. And so Max has to like bust a hard left because she almost misses the turn.
Yeah, Max is still a better driver than Billy. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. And then it cuts back to Will's mom, Jonathan, and Nancy. They're all waiting to see what happens. And then Will, or what we believe to be Will, wakes up and starts saying, no, let me go, let me go. It hurts, it hurts. And they're trying to ignore it because they know they have to ignore it and they have to keep Will there in order for it to leave his body. Then we cut back to the kids and Steve. They make it down to the gate into the Upside Down that we saw Hopper go into earlier in the season, and they make their way down in there, and Mike tries to lead the way, but Steve says, I'm going to be the leader because if anything happens to you guys, it's on me, so I'm leading the way. So they start following this map that they drew up, and they have like a bunch of like gasoline and shit. I don't know where they got all that from, but then it goes back to 11 and Hopper walking down the hallways, and they start walking up this stairwell, and then they see Doc, who's still alive somehow, and his leg got fucked up and shit. I don't know how he was still alive, but Hopper starts talking to him. He puts a belt around his wound, and he's like, "Oh, Doc, this is 11," like introducing him, and then he is like, "I've been taking care of her for a year, and she's gonna close that gate of yours, and maybe after this you can try to let her live a normal life instead of poking and prodding and doing all these studies and everything on her." And he like nods his head, yeah. And then it goes back to the Upside Down where they're walking through the tunnels, and then like Dustin sees something, like spits out stuff, and then he starts screaming, and they think something happened, but he just got something in his mouth. And then Will keeps getting hotter and hotter and just screaming and screaming, and Jonathan like wants to turn it off because he thinks it's killing Will. And Will's mom is saying no, and Jonathan's trying to like force himself to turn it off, but Will's mom's not letting him. And then Nancy like yells for Jonathan and says, "Look at his neck." And then we see like the mind flare like going up his neck, like the blackness. And
yeah.
Hold on, let me go back. Hold on. So we see that, and then like Will gets one of his arms out of the restraint, and then Will's mom has to hold it down, but then he like snatches her up in like this Jason Voorhees type choke, and like starts choking her. Then it goes back to 11 and Hopper. They get to the room where the gate is, and Hopper like scopes it out to see how many demo dogs are in there. Then it goes back to them finally making it into the big room, and then it goes back to them. And it's in the big room, and they pour the gasoline, and then Steve sets it on fire with his lighter, and all the vines we seen earlier in the season start burning, and they have to hurry up and get out of there, so they start running. Then at the same time, the mind flares, because they lit that on fire and because of all the heat, the mind flare is getting so uncomfortable and is in so much pain that it has to make itself leave Will's body, so it like shoots up into the sky out of his mouth, and then like goes out the door and like shoots up into the sky and just disintegrates. So the mind flare officially left Will's body and is no longer in him. So Will is back to normal.
Yeah.
And Will's mom and Jonathan start hugging Will because Will like says mom, and they all start crying and hugging. And then it goes back to 11 and Hopper, because when that was going on with the fire and the mind flare getting hurt, they noticed the demo dogs were running away from the gate because of the fire that was in the Upside Down. So they go down the elevator, and they see the gate, and they hold hands, and then 11 starts using her telekinesis on the gate, and it starts to close. And while she's closing it, she can see the mind flare, like, in front of the gate. And then they're running, trying to get out of the upside down, and Mike trips because a vine grabs him, so Steve has to hit it with his bat. And then they have to go down this path, but a demo dog is blocking it. Turns out that the demo dog is Dart, and apparently Dart is actually not harmless, but I guess is sympathetic towards Dustin, I guess. So he, like, gives it nougat, and they all get past Dart, and Dustin says goodbye to Dart, and then it cuts back to 11 and Hopper, and 11's like trying as hard as she can to close it, but it's difficult. And then they have to flash back to the shitty episode for fucking 8 to tell her to use her anger and shit. I don't know why they had to reference that bullshit episode, but
Jesus.
then 11 like uses her emotions and anger to make the door close faster, which makes the upside down start shaking. And then it cuts back to Steve and the kids. They finally get to where they got to get out at, and Steve helps Max, Lucas, and Mike get up there, and he's about to help Dustin, but then all the demo dogs run in, and they think they're gonna die, but all the demo dogs run right past them because they're making a beeline back to the lab to try to keep the gate from being closed. Because I'm assuming the mind flare controls the demo dogs.
Yes.
I'm assuming. And so
The mind flare controlled everything, basically.
So did it control, like, the Demogorgon from season 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on, let me go back to where I was. God damn it, fucking Netflix. It goes back to 11 trying to close the gate, and Hopper notices that the demo dogs are coming back, and he starts shooting some of them with his machine gun, and then, like, runs out of ammo, so he pulls, like, a GTA San Andreas weapons cheat and pulls out a shotgun from his back pocket and starts blasting them. And then as 11's trying to close the gate, she thinks about everything that's happened to her at the lab, and see everything in season 1, everything in season 2, and then she thinks of the time where 8 made her see Papa, and he was telling her that she has a wound that's gonna spread and all this type of shit. And while she's thinking of that, it's making her rage go crazy, and the mind flare literally reaches out of the gate to try to stop 11, and 11 is more powerful because she's using all of her strength, and she partly kills the mind flare enough to get it back into the gate, and she fully closes the gate. And then Hopper starts hugging her and saying, "You did a good job," and then it goes black. Then after that, it picks up a month later where the lab is being shut down because what happened was that a few episodes ago when they had those tapes about what was going on at the lab, those got spread around and got the lab officially closed down, and now Barb's parents know that Barb is dead, and they had a funeral for Barb. And then Hopper walks into this bar and starts talking with Doc. He said his leg's doing okay, and then he gives Hopper this paper, and it's a birth certificate for 11, and her name now is officially it's Jane Hopper, so I guess technically now she's Hopper's daughter, I guess.
Yeah.
And so Hopper is like asking how long that Doc thinks it'll take for like everything to cool down to where they don't have to worry about anything. And he said probably about another year. And then Hopper's like, oh, okay, but like, what if I like took her out for like one night? And he's like, I don't see anything wrong with one night. And then it cuts to this school dance that they're having called the Snowball. And it's also Christmas time as well because they were playing Christmas music. So now both season 1 and 2 have ended around Christmas time. And it shows Will's mom teaching Will how to dance while Jonathan records them. And then it cuts to Mike's mom taking pictures of Mike in his tuxedo. And then it goes to Lucas practicing in the mirror how he's going to ask Max to dance with him. And then his sister like makes fun of him, so he slams the door. Then it goes to Max getting her hair done, and it hurts. And we see Billy walk past, and they look at each other, and then he just walks away. Then we cut to Dustin, who's looking for this bag. And it turns out it's the hairspray that Steve uses. And so Dustin basically styles his hair exactly like Steve's. And so then it cuts to Steve dropping Dustin off at the dance and telling him to be cool. And Dustin walks in and walks up to the science teacher we've seen previously. And while he's doing that, it cuts back to Steve, and he notices Nancy serving punch at the dance. And you can obviously tell he still feels for Nancy, even though she's moved on to Jonathan. And while she's pouring punch, she looks at Jonathan in his tuxedo, and they smile at each other. And then Dustin meets up with the rest of the gang, and they're roasting him for his hair. And then awkwardly, Lucas asks Max to dance with them, so they start dancing. And then this random girl that we haven't seen before walks up to Will. First of all, disrespects him, calling him Zombie Boy, and then has the nerve to ask him to dance. Like, what the fuck? You insult somebody before you fucking ask to dance.
That's like me going up to somebody and going like, "Hey, cunt, I'm gonna go fucking get a drink." Like,
Yeah.
Like what?
That's how Austin addresses me every day.
Nah.
Every time I call Austin, he'll be like, "Hey, cunt, want to do a video?" That was
nah.
fun. But so Will's kind of like he doesn't want to dance, but Mike tells him he should. So Will goes to dance with this girl. So then it's just Dustin and Mike, and then Dustin sees Max dancing with Lucas, and he gets sad because he likes Max. But then he notices this other girl, I think her name was Stacy, and he looks at her and he's like, "Alright, Mike," he was like, "Wish me luck, I'm going in." And he walks up to her and asks her to dance, and she said no. And then the whole group of girls laughs at Dustin, and then he tries to walk towards other girls, and they all walk away from him, and Dustin gets like real sad. And then so Dustin like sits on the bleachers and starts crying, and then Nancy sees it and she feels bad, so Nancy walks up to Dustin and offers to dance with them. So they start dancing, and while they're dancing, the Stacy girl that he asked to dance looks like she's jealous, fucking bitch. But then it cuts to Will's mom outside leaning against Jonathan's car, and Hopper walks up and they start talking, and he gives her a cigarette, and Hopper like holds her close to him. And then it goes to Mike sitting there alone. Then the song changes, and then we see, if Netflix would let me fucking scroll, there we go. Then we see 11 walk in all dressed up for the dance, and Mike is like breathless, and they walk up to each other. He says, "You look beautiful." They look at each other, and then Mike asks if she wants to dance, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know how." And Mike's like, "Me neither, you want to figure it out?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then we see Dustin dancing with Nancy, all happy. Lucas and Max. Max kisses Lucas, and then we see the first kiss of 11 and Mike, which Austin told me was pretty fucked in retrospect in the filming of the show.
It was pretty fucked. Basically, from what they said on an interview, which the interviewers were like, "Oh, that's cute and shit," but like, it sounded fucked because, like, the directors and stuff and everybody were pressuring them to do it, and apparently that was their first kiss, like, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, in real life, so they were just getting, like, pressured to do it and shit, where they didn't want to do it, but they did it anyway. So it was just like, it was kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and after they kiss, it does like a wide shot onto the Snowball logo, and then out to the outside of the Hawkins Middle School, and then the camera turns to the side, eventually turns upside down, bringing us into the upside down, where we see the upside down version of the high school, and then the sky starts to light up, and we see that the Mind Flayer is still alive.
yes.
And then it cuts to the end of Stranger Things Season 2. And that was Stranger Things Season 2. The conclusion. Episode 9, The Gate.
Man. Alright, well, what did you think of it?
I thought it was a good conclusion. I'm trying to think if it was as good as Season 1, like that conclusion. I mean, I think in terms of concluding things that happened in the season, it was better. I do think, like, the Demigorgon was I think the Demigorgon thing from the ending of the first season was a better final showdown than 11 just pushing the Mind Flayer back, pretty much. But I mean, I think the Demigorgon is a cooler villain, but I do think the Mind Flayer is cool in its own thing. Well, you told me that they're not going to call it the Mind Flayer in Season 3. What do they call it in Season 3?
Well, it's mainly because the Mind Flayer doesn't show up too much in Season 3. He controls something, but he controls something else. Basically.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, I mean, I think it was a good conclusion to Season 2. It definitely was a good payoff for as much as they built this season up. Was it better than the Season 1 conclusion? In some aspects, yes. In some aspects, no. But overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Season 2. Do I think Season 2 was better than Season 1? I'd say so. Season 1 was really good. Season 2 did have me more invested, though.
Yeah. And we'll see if Season 3 is going to make you mad, because the first episode, I know for sure, like, that, fucking, 11 talks way more.
Mm-hmm.
And just think of it, though. After Season 3, we could get Stranger Things the game on PSN, because that's based on Season 3.
Is it a Telltale game?
No, it's not a Telltale game. It's like a, you know, like an NES type, like 8-bit or 16-bit,
yeah.
I would say. It's got online multiplayer, but like it's based on Season 3. So once we watch all that, we could do gameplays on that.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, so what do you think? Do you think that this is the second time you've seen this conclusion? Like, what do you think is the better conclusion, Season 1 or Season 2? And which do you think is the better season?
I think Season 2 so far has been the better season, mainly because I've been more invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of weird because I have more of a connection to Season 2, because I started Stranger Things on Season 2. I did it backwards. I started on Season 2, then watched Season 1, then I watched Season 3. So it was really fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But I have more of a connection with season 2, so I would have to say season 2 is better for me. Even though season 1 is really good, I still really like season 1, but I really enjoy season 2 a lot better. As far as conclusions, I mean, the stuff with the snowball was cool to see, and like that stuff. But like, in terms of the final showdown, I do agree with you. The Demogorgon is way more impactful than the Mind Flayer.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think season 2 is better than season 1.
Now, in your honest opinion, for season 3, is it good?
It's good from when I watched it, because I've only watched season 3 once.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when it first came out, and I hadn't watched it again after that, which is like 2 years ago. So I'm really iffy on some stuff. I still haven't but like there's some stuff that I really enjoy from it. They add some new characters to it, like always. It takes place in the summertime, so you don't have to deal with the school thing. But I mean, I guess I should say this because it's like a main thing. It has a lot to do with Russians as well.
Russians?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So, but it's from what I remember, it's a good season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's better than season 2 though. But
I mean,
that might change when we watch it though.
From what you told me, when we do get to season 3, everybody's gonna look a hell of a lot older.
Oh
especially
yeah,
kids.
especially Mike and Will. Dude,
Yeah.
Will, legit, he was wearing shorts, and it goes like his shorts don't even go past his knees.
Jesus Christ.
And fucking Finn Wolfhard, like his fucking you know how Mike's hair is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole goddamn afro now. Like Dustin really doesn't change. Lucas doesn't really change too much. And I mean 11 changes, but we've seen how she changes because King of the Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then Max doesn't really change at all. I mean, she gets a little taller, but that's about it. Trying to think. I don't really think anybody else really changes too much. So, well, I mean, everybody changes. I think the only person that really never fucking changes is Steve. He's always the same fucking. He always looks the same every season.
Yeah.
He's gonna look the same fucking season 4 from the pictures I saw. Like everybody else looks different, and then you just see Steve, and he's like, "Oh wait, okay, he hasn't changed at all." But yeah, that they change a good bit.
Well, I mean, I'm excited to start season 3. But with that being said, that was Stranger Things season 2. We finally concluded it, and season 3 is going to be an episode shorter, so that's nice.
Yeah, we won't have to deal with fuck shit.
Yeah. So, with that being said, this was your Stranger Things for the week, and I guess we'll see you when we start season 3. So
Let's get loud.
Yes, sir. Back to the fucking podcast.
Alrighty. That was Stranger Things for this week. We're back to the podcast.
What a fucking conclusion. But
I know.
So now it is time to move on to what games have they made. If you don't know this segment, I've done it for 2 weeks in a row now, where we look at a game studio and see what all games they've developed leading up to the current time. So far, we have done Behavior Interactive and 2K. And today, we're taking a look at a developer that a lot of people know and love, THQ/THQ Nordic, or whatever. Let me see if this...
How long have they been making games?
About to see. Since 1991.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me just skim through and see. There is a fucking lot, dude.
Okay, then for this one, let's not mention the exact dates. Let's just say the year.
Okay.
That would probably be best.
Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll say this is all the games they released in this year, and then I'll just read all the games.
That would be a good idea.
The only time I'll say a console is if it's on something that's like strange, like fucking internet browser, like the other one, or fucking Facebook.
Okay.
But, let me see. I'm trying to see if this includes THQ Nordic or no. Okay, so it goes from 1991 to 2011. So 20 years of THQ, and it does not include THQ Nordic.
Okay.
So
we'll do THQ Nordic another time.
Yeah.
Do that next week.
So their first these are all the games they made in 1991, but their first ever title that they made was Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates: Revenge of Captain Hook.
Dear God.
And this was in 1991. And I want to say this just because it's a classic console. They made their first ever game was developed on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. That's how far back THQ goes.
Damn.
And their second game, Bo Jackson, 2 games in 1 for the original Game Boy. Where's Waldo? Home Alone, the game.
Oh dear God.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
What? Why?
Let me see. What was it on? I don't even know. It says it was on the NES, so it's probably a shitty NES game. They did Home Alone on the Super Nintendo. Pit Fighter, The Flash, and the last game in 1991, Wayne Gretzky Hockey.
Jesus.
Then we move on to 1992, and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. They re-released it on the Game Boy. Pit Fighter on the Game Boy. Race Drivin', Road Riot 4-wheel drive, Swamp Thing, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends,
Jesus.
The Great Waldo Search, then the long-awaited sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the game,
Oh dear God.
James Bond Jr.,
What?
Swamp Thing, it has no game page, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends on the Game Boy, Great Waldo Search. I'm going to mention the console it's on because this is when they started making games for the Sega Genesis. I used to have a Sega Genesis a long time ago. Lost where I was. It was 1992. Yeah, there we go. The Ren and Stimpy Show, Space Cadet Adventures.
Alrighty.
Race Driving on the Game Boy. Wayne's World. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends, again on the Super Nintendo. Oh God. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. The Ren and Stimpy Show, Vidiots. The Ren and Stimpy Show, Buckaroos.
God.
What the fuck is this? The Lawnmower Man.
The fuck?
There's some re-releases. The Ren and Stimpy Show, Fire Dogs, were in 1993. Oh, now we're already in 1994. Disney's Jungle Book, the game. Friends show Time, Mohawk and Headphone Jack. Now we're in 1995. Pinocchio the game, The Mask the game, Urban Strike. That was released on the Sega Game Gear, if anybody remembers that.
Jesus.
Tasmania 2. It went from 1995 to 1997. They did not release a game in 1996. Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the game. Disney's Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games. DOG, Fight for Your Life. Disney's Hercules, the game. Brunswick World, a Tournament of Champions. If you don't know what Brunswick is, it's their bowling franchise that they made.
Okay.
Ooh, here's one a lot of people love. Well, at least they liked it on the N64. Actually, no, this is the N64. A very popular one, 1997, WCW versus NWO World Tour.
Yep.
NBA Live 98. Ghost in the Shell. The Lost World Jurassic Park, the game. Disney's Aladdin. International Rally Championship.
That's a little bit late, don't you think, for Aladdin? Well, hang on a minute.
It was on the Game Boy, so it don't matter.
Wait. What? It's a couple of years late, isn't it?
Yep. K1, the Arena Fighters. Now we're in 1998, the year I was born. Circle of Blood. Then a game that is very, very bad that people don't like. WCW Nitro. Quest 64. The Grand Stream Saga. Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver. And a couple of days before I was born, on September 11th, they made Devil Dice and G Darius. So now these are games after I was born. Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling. Rugrats: The Search for Reptar.
That's a good game.
I used to have that game. I beat it so many times when I was little. Disney's Mulan, the game.
That's a little late too.
WCW NWO Revenge. Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling on the PlayStation. Small Soldiers, the game. Bassmasters Classic Tournament Edition. Extreme 500. Pax Imperia, Eminent Domain. Red Jack, The Revenge of the Brethren. The Rugrats movie game. WCW Nitro on Windows. Oh god, WCW, their first game of 1999. WCW NWO Thunder.
God, I haven't played that.
A Bug's Life, exclusively on the Game Boy Color. Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. Sinistar Unleashed. Destruction Derby 64. Bassmasters Classic. Madden NFL 2000. Toy Story 2, the game, which people say is one of the best 3D platformers and most underrated 3D platformers. WWF WrestleMania 2000, the game.
Oh yeah, that's when they worked with AKA. I forgot.
Yep. Road Rash 64.
Bassmasters 2000, FIFA 2000, Nuclear Strike, Star Wars Yoda Stories, Championship Motocross, Dark Secrets of Africa, Mia Hamm's Soccer 64, MTV Sports Snowboarding, Nice 2 Tune-Up, Penny Racers, Rent a Hero, Rugrats Studio Tour, Rugrats Time Travelers, Shaolin, and their last game in 1999, Ultimate 8 Ball. Then their first game of 2000 exclusively on the Dreamcast, which I just got a Dreamcast for my birthday, WWF Royal Rumble. Blaze and Blade Eternal Quest, Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling 2, the long-awaited sequel, Aiden Chronicles, The First Mage, Rugrats Totally Angelica, God, Triple Play 2001, Croc. I had Croc when I was little on my PS1. It's a fun game. Breakneck. Ouch. Extension. Cultures. NASCAR 2000. Huh?
Some weird fucking games.
They're not as funny as 2K and Behavior Interactive.
No.
MTV Sports Skateboarding. Disney's The Little Mermaid 2, the game.
Oh my god, why? Why would that get a game?
Saban's Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the game.
Why did that get a game?
It was on the Game Boy Color.
Why on the Game Boy Color?
I don't know. They needed their Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't fucking know. MTV Sports Skateboarding on the Dreamcast. Summoner. Chicken Run, the game. People say the greatest wrestling game of all time, WWF No Mercy.
No.
You said no?
No, it's not.
What do you think the best game is?
I'm gonna have to go with either Here Comes the Pain or Just Because I Grew Up with It and I really enjoyed it, WV13.
Mine would be Here Comes the Pain or SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
I mean, we could talk about SmackDown Just Bring It, you know, with Limp Bizkit.
Mm-hmm. Rugrats in Paris, the movie game. Well, we're getting close to that because we have November 2000, WWF SmackDown 2, Know Your Role.
Ooh.
Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. Micro Machines. Apparently, December 2000, they made a game called Evil Dead, Hail to the King. Star Wars Episode 1, Obi-Wan's Adventures. MTV Sports Pure Ride. MTV Sports TJ Lavin's Ultimate BMX. Danger Girl.
Fuck.
MTV Sports Pure Ride. MTV Sports Skateboarding. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2000. Saban's Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. The original WWF SmackDown. X Beyond the Frontier. And then we are in 2001. Their first game of 2001, Championship Motocross 2001, Croc 2, Mercedes-Benz Truck Racing, Summoner, The Simpsons Night of the Living Treehouse of Horror, Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, Red Faction, the FA Premier League Stars 2001, Earthworm Jim, GT Advanced Championship Racing, MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael, Disney's Atlantis The Lost Empire, the game.
Fuck.
I have never heard of this game. It was on the Game Boy Advance. WWF Betrayal. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah. New Legacy Inc. did a video on that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you play as, like, you either have the choice of playing with Triple H, Undertaker, Stone Cold, or The Rock. And it's like an RPG type thing.
Damn. Where was I at?
Yeah,
Disney's Atlantis. Oh, I already read that one. Rocket Power Team Rocket Rescue. I used to play that game. I already read that one. Player Manager 2001. Tetris Worlds. Rugrats Castle Capers. Hot Wheels Mechanics. Hot Wheels Extreme Racing. Bass Strike. I forgot to mention MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael came out on my birthday, 2001. Then Rugrats All Growed Up, the game. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. I still have that game for my PS1. It's so nostalgic. Micromaniacs, Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, the game, Sky Sports Football Manager, Dark Summit, this is their first game for the Xbox, the original Xbox. Then, what you're talking about, WWF SmackDown, Just Bring It.
Let's come and get it!
Sky Sports Football Quiz. Hot Wheels Burnin' Rubber. There's a lot of re-releases. Action Man Search for Base X. Aliens Thanatos Encounter. Oh god. On the PlayStation in 2001, they released Blue's Clues Blues Big Musical.
Oh, that's my jam.
You had that game?
No.
No.
Love me some Blue's Clues.
Bob the Builder, Can We Fix It, the game.
Oh, that's definitely my jam.
Bob the Builder, Fix It Fun.
That's double my jam.
Hot Wheels Jets. SpongeBob SquarePants, Legend of the Lost Spatula. SpongeBob SquarePants Operation Krabby Patty. SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. I had that on my PS1. That game was hard. Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 2nd Edition. The first game in 2002, Astro Smash. Sonic Advance. Columns Crown, Dark Summit, then that fateful day on the Xbox, WWF Raw, the game.
Oh god, let's not come and get it.
New Legends, Puyo Pop, Hot Wheels Williams F1 Team Racer,
Oh God, is this a Britney Spears game? Britney's Dance Beat.
Oh dear God.
Jesus
Hit me,
Christ.
baby, one more time.
Baseball Advance. One of my favorite games as a kid, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. Star Wars Episode 2, a long-awaited sequel, Attack of the Clones. Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, Forever Free. MotoGP Ultimate Racing. They released a lot of fucking games in 2002. Scooby-Doo on the Game Boy Advance. On their first game for the GameCube, WWE WrestleMania 18, the game.
Oh, that's a banger.
GT Advance 2 Rally Racing. The Pinball of the Dead.
I think WrestleMania 18 was the only WWE game that we got to play as Scott Steiner. So
Yeah.
If you wanted to see Scott Steiner pimp his fucking Stacy Keibler and fucking Trish Stratus and Ivory and shit like that, you could have did it.
Mm-hmm.
So holler if you hear me.
Bob the Builder, Bob Builds a Park.
That's also the only game where you could play as Tommy Dreamer and like for a while. So fuck that game sometimes. But you know, Big Papa Pump.
The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius versus Jimmy Negatron.
Okay.
SpongeBob SquarePants Employee of the Month, the game. Rugrats Munchinland. Summoner 2. Virtua Tennis. Monsters Inc. Scream Arena. Rocket Power Beach Bandits. That's the one I played, not Team Rocket Rescue. I played Beach Bandits. I still have that game. WWE Road to WrestleMania X8 on the Game Boy Advance.
I've never. Oh, that's X8. I thought you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about WrestleMania 20. I'm sorry.
Red Faction 2. Toxic Grind. Oh my god, we're still in 2002. Hot Wheels Velocity X. The Fairly Odd Parents Enter the Cleft. Star Wars The New Droid Army. Hot Wheels Velocity X on GameCube. The Revenge of Shinobi. WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. Great fucking game.
Wonderful game.
Rugrats I Gotta Go Party. MX Superfly. Oh, That Fateful Day. SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Oh, That Fateful Day.
I've never been able to beat that game.
Do you know that that game was so bad that it literally put the company that developed it out of business?
Are you kidding me?
I'm dead serious. Literally, the game is so bad and was so poorly received that it literally put the developer out of business. Jesus. That was their only game. Their name was Big Sky Interactive. Jesus. That was the only fucking game they made, and it was so bad it put them out of business.
How did they get like tasked with the SpongeBob game? That's what I'm curious about.
I don't know. At the same time, around this time in 2002, they were also developing Battle for Bikini Bottom at this time. So I don't know why they were doing two SpongeBob games like that at the same time, but
well, I guess they weren't doing it no more.
Yeah. Block and Score Soccer. Says it was released on the J2ME. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know.
Let me see. Says, oh my god, that's old. Java platform is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, fucking Java. Let me get back where I was. Hey Arnold, the movie game. Major League
2001?
Baseball. No, it was still in 2002.
Okay.
Matchbox Crosstown Heroes. Oil Rig. Shark. The Wild Thornberrys movie game. Pride FC Fighting Championships. GT Advance 3 Pro Concept Racing. Summoner 2. An Hour Finally in 2003. Sonic Advance 2. I used to have this game on my PlayStation 2. Big Mother Truckers. WWE Crush Hour.
I have that. It's fun.
I still have that. I like that game. Moto GP. Jaeger. Rugrats Go Wild, the game. Finding Nemo, the game.
I have that.
Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boomstick. Moto GP2. Oh, is the long-awaited sequel, Austin. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Wrath of the Darkle King.
What is it on now?
Game Boy Advance.
God fucking damn it. Why? If you're gonna make a Buffy the Vampire Slayer game, do it on a fucking console. It was popular enough to get a console game, I'm sure, dude. Like...
Space Channel 5. Jet Grind Radio. I have this game. The Simpsons Road Rage.
I have that as well.
Splashdown Rides Gone Wild. Monster Truck Madness. Alter Echo. WrestleMania 19 on the GameCube. WWE Raw 2 on the Xbox.
I have that.
So do
I hate who's on the cover, though.
Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius Jet Fusion. Oddworld Much's Odyssey. Piglet's Big Game. Warhammer 40,000 Fire Warrior. Disney's The Lion King 1.5, the game.
Hang on a minute, what? It's 2002 still, right?
2003.
2003.
About to be 2004.
Are you fucking high? Are you fucking high, Disney? Right now? Okay.
It's okay because the next game they released was one of the best games I ever played as a kid. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. It was so good that it got a remaster last year.
I want to play the remaster. I never got to play the original.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so pissed. I pre-ordered that bitch and it fucking never came.
I remember when this show came out, dude. Holy shit. Tack and the Power of Juju, the game.
Oh my god, that show sucked ass.
Yeah. It's alright because the next game they released after that was WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
There we go. That's the shit.
And then the next game they released after that, Hot Wheels World Race. I think I actually had that game. Oh, I had this game. I have nostalgia for it. The game kind of sucks, but I have nostalgia for it. The Fairly Odd Parents Breaking the Rules.
I've passed up on getting that multiple times.
I played it a lot as a kid, so I'm nostalgic for it. It's not a bad game. It's decent. It's one of the better licensed games that I played. 'Cause I used to play a lot of licensed games when I was little. 'Cause this was around the time, especially THQ, they were making all kinds of licensed video games. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon, Star Wars Flight of the Falcon. THQ had their hands in fucking everything, man.
Jesus, dude.
Congo Cube, Dig It, Finding Nemo's Underwater World of Fun. Oh my god, the Lizzie McGuire movie game.
What's that on?
Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2,
Okay.
Xbox, GameCube, and Windows.
Okay. I was about to say, if you were just going to say the Game Boy Advance, I would have been like, no.
Jules and Jim, MLB. Oh my god. They released. Oh, you want to know what they released? MLB Slam on, Austin?
What?
The Nokia N-Gage.
Oh my fucking god.
Rover Reunion, Worms, Sonic Battle. We're in 2004 now.
Alright.
I used to have this game, Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. I did not know that was a thing. Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, the game. It was on Game Boy Advance, that's probably why I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, it probably fucking sucks. Ass.
Sonic Advance 3. Saberwolf. One of my favorite wrestling games. WWE Day of Reckoning.
I love Day of Reckoning, dude. Love Day of Reckoning.
The Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown. I used to have nostalgia for this game. Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Attack of the Twonkies. I used to play that when I was
Oh, I
younger.
have that.
Full Spectrum Warrior. Nicktoons Freeze Frame Frenzy. Lego Knights Kingdom. The long-awaited sequel, Tak 2, The Staff of Dreams. Apparently on the Game Boy Advance they released a game called WWE Survivor Series. I never heard of that.
Never knew about that.
It was made by Natsume. Like they were one of the developers. Nicktoons Movin'. The Incredibles, the game. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie game. I have that game. That game's good.
I have it as well.
The Polar Express, the game. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw.
Everything's falling apart. You can't control me. You can't control me.
Your mic is crackling again.
Am I good now?
Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge.
I assume I'm
Fine.
good now.
You're still crackling.
How? How the fuck?
Finding Nemo, The Continuing Adventures.
Am I
The
good?
Incredibles When Danger Calls. You're still crackling. I don't know if it sounds like it on the podcast audio that you're recording, but for me, like, you're crackling, like, bad.
Still?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know then.
It's Mr. Pants. I have no idea what that is. Ping Pals. Banjo Pilot.
You know, actually, give me
The
1 second.
Okay.
Recording again.
Okay. The Punisher, the game. We are in 2005 now.
Alright, so if there is no, from 2005 to 2011, if there is no Wow Wow Wubsy the game, I'm gonna be pissed.
What year did Wow Wow Wubsy come out?
2005.
Okay. Constantine the game. MX versus ATV Unleashed.
Still not Wow Wow Wubsy.
Oh, I already read that one. Worms World Party. WWE WrestleMania 21. Juiced. Destroy All Humans. The long-awaited sequel, Big Mother Truckers 2. Power Rangers. Huh?
You know what's long awaited?
What?
Wow Wow Wubsy the game. Why the fuck has nobody made it? I'm sorry.
Power Rangers Dino Thunder. WWE Day of Reckoning 2.
Great game.
MotoGP Ultimate Racing Technology 3. I used to have this game, Scooby-Doo Unmasked. Holy shit, dude, I remember this fucking show and the fucking toys. Fucking Bionicle.
I do not remember that.
Evil Dead Regeneration.
Might be because I was 2.
Oh, also, well, while you were 2, they made TAC, the Great Juju Challenge.
Dear God.
Zoo Tycoon DS. I used to have this game. SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants.
Oh, I have that. A lot of the games that I had, like, when I was growing up was, before, like, the Wii, was mainly inherited from my, like parents and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I used to fuck with this game hard. Nicktoons Unite.
I have a couple of the Nicktoons games.
I have Nicktoons Unite, I have Nicktoons on Volcano Island, and I have Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots.
I have Attack of the Toy Bots, and I have the, there's one for the Wii that I have. It's something about, like, slime monsters. Yeah, I have Globs of Doom.
Hello Kitty Party Pals. SpongeBob SquarePants The Yellow Avenger. The Incredibles Rise of the Underminer. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Bratz Rock Angels the game. Ministry of Sound Club Manager. Ministry of Sound Ibiza game. I don't know what the fuck that is. Star Wars Battle Above Coruscant. Star Wars Battle for the Republic. Star Wars Grievous Getaway. How many fucking Star Wars games, dude?
Jesus.
What the fuck is this? WWE Aftershock on the N-Gage.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. What the fuck is WWE Aftershock on the N-Gage? Finding Nemo, Escape to the Big Blue. MX versus ATV on the Edge. Now we're in 2006. The Outfit. This is their first game on the Xbox 360. Worms Open Warfare. Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers. Warhammer 40,000, Glory and Death. Teen Titans the game.
It's a good game.
Cars the game. MotoGP 06. Titan Quest. Juiced Eliminator. I had no idea this was a game. Danny Phantom the Ultimate Enemy. Monster House the game. Sprint Cars Road to Knoxville. Oh god, Barnyard the game. My Little Pony Crystal Princess the Runaway Rainbow.
For all you old bronies out there you go.
I've never heard of this game. SpongeBob SquarePants Nighty Nightmare.
I haven't heard of it either. What is it for?
Says Microsoft Windows.
That's probably why we haven't.
They made the first Saints Row game. Danny Phantom Urban Jungle. The Incredible... Oh, I read that one. Company of Heroes. Bratz Forever Diamonds.
Oh, dear God.
Only on the Nintendo DS. Alex Rider Stormbreaker. Scooby-Doo Who's Watching Who. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War Dark Crusade. Avatar The Last Airbender the game. I used to have this game. SpongeBob SquarePants Creature from the Krusty Krab.
I do not have that one.
Destroy All Humans 2. Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island. The Sopranos Road to Respect. What the fuck?
Why? Why is
PlayStation 2?
Who would play that?
I don't know. It's okay though, because the next game they made is WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
Alright.
Cars Radiator Springs Adventures. Paws and Claws Pet Resort. Oh, by the way, there was no Wow Wow Wubsy game, if you're wondering. I don't
Very
see one
upset.
yet.
I'm upset.
Star Wars Imperial Ace. Worms World Party. Paws and Claws Pet Vet. Supreme Commander. Now we're in 2007. Titan Quest Immortal Throne. Tetris Evolution. Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, Pipe Mania, Worms 2007, Ratatouille, the video game. Oh my god, I didn't know this was a thing. Drake and Josh, Talent Showdown, the game.
That's unfortunate now.
MotoGP 07, NHRA Racing, Countdown to the Championship. Stuntman Ignition, Worms Open Warfare 2, Drawn to Life, oh god, Zoe 101 Field Trip Fiasco.
That's a little unfortunate now too.
Juiced 2, Hot Import Nights, Bratz the Movie Game. Bratz had a movie?
I guess.
What the fuck?
I thought they were just dolls.
So did I. Company of Heroes, Opposing Fronts. Avatar The Last Airbender, The Burning Earth. Conan.
Fuck Conan.
Nicktoons Attack of the Toybots. SpongeBob SquarePants Atlantis SquarePantis.
That game sucked.
Cars Mater National Championship.
Oh, I had that.
Oh god. El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera.
I watched the show.
Ratatouille Food Frenzy. Bratz For Real. Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. Screwjumper. Avatar The Last Airbender Burning Earth on the 360. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. American Girl Julie Finds a Way. Elements of Destruction. MX vs. ATV Untamed. Warhammer 40,000 Squad Command. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? The game.
You know who's smarter than a fifth grader? Wow Wow Wubsy. But he still hasn't got a fucking game.
Ratatouille Cheese Rush. Now we're in 2008. Zoo Tycoon 2 DS. Bratz Super Babies. Destroy All Humans, Big Willie Unmasked. Frontlines, Fuel of War. Let's Ride, Friends Forever. Warhammer 40,000, Dawn of War, Soulstorm. Sprint Cars 2, Showdown at Eldora. Worms, A Space Oddity. Battle of the Bands. Let's Ride, Silver Buckle Stables. De Blob on the iOS. Elements of Destruction. American Girl Kit Mystery Challenge. Big Beach Sports. Wall-E the Game. Locke's Quest. Viva Pinata Pocket Paradise. Drawn to Life SpongeBob SquarePants Edition. I used to have that on my DS. Dropcast. My Little Pony Pinkie Pie's Party. Nancy Drew The Hidden Staircase. Avatar The Last Airbender Into the Inferno. Bratz Girls Really Rock. Oh god, The Naked Brothers Band, the game. Are you alright, Austin?
I'm still just waiting for Wow Wow Wubsy, but you know.
Tack Mojo Mistake.
You know what I'm about to
do?
I'm about to make a petition.
A change.org petition?
Yep, change.org. I'm going right there right now.
Saints Row 2. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Make the grade. Back at the Barnyard. Slop Bucket Games. Ew. Pass the Pigs. Let the Good Swines Roll. SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons. Globs of Doom. All-Star Cheer Squad. Tack and the Guardians of Cross. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. Merv Griffin's Crosswords. Gallop and Ride. Age of Empires Mythologies. All-Star Cheer Squad. Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island on the DS. Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon. And now we are... Short Track Racing, Trading Paint. Now we are in 2009. With Deadly Creatures. Warhammer 40,000, Dawn of War 2. Oh god. 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand. Have you ever played 50 Cent, the game, Austin?
I have not.
The Dark Eye, Drakensang. SpongeBob versus the Big One, Beach Party Cook-Off. I've never fucking heard of that. Dream Day Wedding Destinations. Oh god, WWE Legends of WrestleMania. Company of Heroes, Tales of Valor. Saints Row 2, Alter Exposed. Desktop Tower Defense. Mission Runaway. UFC 2009 Undisputed. Up the Video Game. Saints Row 2 Corporate Warfare. Red Faction Guerrilla. Indiana Jones and the Lost Puzzles. Crimecraft. Princess in Love. James Patterson's Women's Murder Club, Games of Passion. Fabulous Finds. The Biggest Loser, the video game. Drawn to Life, the next chapter. Cars Race-O-Rama. Marvel Superhero Squad. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010.
Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Game Time. SpongeBob Truth or Square, the game. World of Zoo. Big Family Games. MX vs. ATV Reflex. Darksiders. We're now in 2010.
Jesus.
We're almost done. World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. SpongeBob's Boating Bash. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising. Metro 2033. Let's hope it wasn't anything like Cyberpunk 2077. All-Star Karate. Beat City. Star Wars Cantina. World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. UFC Undisputed 2010. Big Beach Sports 2. The Last Airbender. Vampire Legends Power of 3. Paws and Claws Regal Resort. Star Wars The Battle for Hoth. Oh, what the fuck is this? Fancy Nancy Tea Party Time.
What the fuck?
Truth or Lies. Scripps Spelling Bee. Wheel of Fortune the game. Star Wars Arcade Falcon Gunner. Costume Quest. Then I think one of the best wrestling games, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. The last SmackDown vs. Raw. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Back to School. Jeopardy the video game. Oh my god, Megamind, Mega Team Unite. Megamind the Blue Defender. The Penguins of Madagascar. Wheel of Fortune. The Biggest Loser Ultimate Workout. On the Kinect. Dude's Big Adventure. Pictionary, the game. Marvel Superhero Squad, The Infinity Gauntlet. Hot Wheels Track Attack. Costume Quest, Grubbins on Ice. Ghost Pirates of the Vuju Island. Paws and Claws Marine Rescue. Now we're finally in 2011. Stacking. You Don't Know Jack, the video game. Dance Paradise on the Kinect. The long-awaited sequel, De Blob 2. Homefront. One of my favorite games, WWE All-Stars.
Yeah, I love that game.
Red Faction Battlegrounds. Oh my god, I see a message from you that says, can you help me out by signing this petition? Oh god.
I made the petition.
Stacking the Lost Hobo King. Rio. SpongeBob Squiggle Pants on the Wii. MX vs. ATV Alive. Kung Fu Panda 2, the video game. Red Faction Armageddon. UFC Personal Trainer. Barbie Jet Set and Style. The Penguins of Madagascar. Dr. Blowhole returns again.
Jesus.
AC-130 Operation Devastation. Elizabeth Fine MD Diagnosis Mystery. Frontlines Fuel of War. Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. Monster High Ghoul Spirit. Puss in Boots, the video game. Oh, but Austin, all these years later in 2011, guess what? Disney Princesses Enchanting Storybooks.
Why?
SpongeBob's Surf and Skate Road Trip.
Marvel Superhero Squad Comic Combat, Saints
mad.
Row the Third.
The fact that I have to make a petition.
You Draw Studio Instant Artist, WWE 12, Deepak Chopra's Leela, Amnesia The Dark Descent, UFC Undisputed 3, Saints Row the Third Gangstas in Space, Nexuiz, Darksiders 2, the last wrestling game they ever made. Now we're in 2012. WWE 13. And the last game they ever released as THQ, Jeopardy the Video Game HD.
What a game to end off on.
That was...
Should have been Wow Wow Wubsy.
What games THQ made?
Should have been Wow Wow Wubsy. Just saying.
Oh god, I'm guessing I have to sign this petition.
Yep. You sign my petition.
You actually legit made a fucking thing.
I made a petition.
I want a Wow Wow Wubsy PS5 exclusive video game. There is no Wow Wow Wubsy video game that needs to be changed. At 100 signatures, this petition is more likely to be featured in recommendations. No, I'm not going to share on Facebook.
Can you please share on Facebook?
Why is it recommending me a change.org petition that says make Matt Pat the next Jeopardy host? Oh my god. Okay, I said I'd skip. What the fuck? Here we go, okay. I signed it. I don't know why it was like taking all that just to sign a petition.
I'll make an update to it.
Okay. Alright, so what do we have left to talk about? We got the Alissa Violet suing Faze Clan.
Yeah? You want to talk about that?
So this comes from X7 Updates on Instagram. It says Alissa Violet is suing Faze Clan, claiming she owns shares of Faze. This comes from the Washington Post. Popular social media influencer Alissa Marie Violet Butler, better known as Alissa Violet, has sued Faze Clan for breach of contract, claiming she is owed shares in the top-tier esports organization, which has been valued at roughly $300 million. So, do you think she's gonna win the lawsuit against Faze Clan? Faze Clan, the same people who did a bunch of Bitcoin scams. And then fucking Alissa Violet did a diss track with Rice Gum on Jake Paul, and Rice Gum was also associated with Bitcoin scams. Well, there's one big thing you could talk about. You could talk about the Owen Hart thing if you want.
Oh yeah, Owen Hart is going to be in the AEW video game, and also is going to get AEW figures.
Yes, sir.
Shocking. I don't know.
Because AEW and the Owen Hart Foundation entered a relationship to honor Owen Hart's legacy. So they basically cut a deal with Owen Hart's like widowed wife to use Owen Hart, and they're like also like donating to like a charity or something like that, I think, for like the Owen Hart organization or something like that it's called. And so now we're gonna be getting Owen Hart figures, and he's gonna be in the game. But long overdue.
Yeah.
The only thing we won't get is him in the Hall of Fame, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I mean, and there's WWE fans are pissed about this because they're saying, "Oh, Vince McMahon needs to sue AEW for all their worth," and because Owen Hart was never in AEW, he was always only WWE, and WWE owns the rights to Owen Hart and all this shit, and they're basically mad that AEW has it. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, to be fair, that the way Owen died, like I think it's kind of fucked up for his wife to not let his legacy be remembered how
Yeah.
it should with him in the Hall of Fame and all that. But I understand because she thinks WWE killed him by doing that fucking stunt where he was the blue blazer and shit. But nevertheless, like I'm surprised all this time later that she's finally like doing something instead of just like being kind of selfish about it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it happened fucking over 20 years ago now. Like, you can let it, I'm sure you've gotten over it by now, and you can let it go.
Yeah.
Like, that's more than enough time to grieve and shit like that. But, so yeah, we're getting Owen Hart stuff, which is cool. I don't know what they're gonna do though, because every attire he wore was in WWE, and so I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do for like how he's gonna look, how they're gonna like get him a face scan and shit, how they're gonna like what theme song is he gonna have, because his theme song's owned by WWE, I'm pretty sure. So
I mean, the last game he was in was a Legends of Wrestling game. Pretty sure.
yeah, I do remember that.
We could just do
But
what they did there.
it's crazy, man. Fucking CM Punk came back to wrestling this year, and now fucking like we're finally getting Owen Hart stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Austin, I didn't. So you had a statement you wanted to read about Rene Dupree.
Yes. Well, first, before we get to that, I made an update on my change.org petition.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to read.
Well, pull the Rene Dupree thing up while you're waiting
That's what I'm
for
doing.
me. What did you change?
I did a update. So if you go down on it,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see an update I posted.
Do better.
No, that wasn't it. It has a title and then it says "Do Better."
One person signed, still no game.
All right. So this was a statement by Rene Dupree on a tour through Italy.
Mm-hmm.
They took my $500 shoes and my $1,000 suit, and they ruined it in the shower because I didn't go out drinking at the bar the night before. Because nobody invited me. That's materialistic shit. You can't replace that. That doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
What really bothered me is when in Italy the next night they took my French flag, my heritage, they shoved it in a toilet, pissed and shit all over it. I don't know what bullshit world you live in, but in my world that's called racial discrimination. That was really hurtful. What I did do was I went to Arn Anderson, who was an agent, and I asked him, Arn's advice to me was don't sell it. I was like, okay. The next person I went to was The Undertaker. And I said, what do you do when someone does this to you. And he goes, well, you find out who does it. He ordered them to do that because I didn't go out drinking with them and the guys at the bar. That was it.
So do you think that's true?
I don't know. I mean, he's Rene Dupree. He's not relevant, so I don't know. That was Rene Dupree's statement on working for WWE.
Well, there's another statement we forgot to read. Tommy Dreamer's response.
Oh, go fuck!
I'd like to take the liberty of reading this. Tommy Dreamer posted this on his Twitter. Said, regarding my comments on the dark side of the ring, it was never my intention to offend, hurt, or victim shame anyone. I understand my comments were insensitive and could trigger past emotions in someone's own personal past. I do not condone sexual misconduct of any kind. I apologize to anyone I offended. From the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry.
Fuck you. No, you're not, you bitch. Alright. Talk about Social Knockout too?
Well, before that, I want to talk about Tom Kane.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know who Tom Kane is, he is a voice actor. He was a voice actor for a lot of different cartoons. He did voice acting for the Powerpuff Girls show. He did voice acting for some Star Wars stuff. He was Darwin in the Wild Thornberrys. He played Iron Man in one show. He played Magneto. He was in a bunch of different stuff. And last year, it came out this year, but last year, Tom Kane experienced a stroke. His daughter today posted an update on his Facebook saying he will not be voice acting again due to complications as a result of the stroke. So the man who voiced all these characters will not be able to voice act anymore. Oh, he was also the bunny from Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends.
Damn. That's sad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad he's still alive and that he didn't die from the stroke, but it sucks that he can't voice act anymore.
Yeah.
I love how I'm scrolling down to see what's left, and I just see post the Tommy Dreamer thing, and all I see is, oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with this. I guess the only thing left is to talk about Social Knockout 2, so...
Well, that and one more thing.
What?
NXT 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to skip out on our index talk?
No.
Alright.
So I'll do Social Knockout 2, and you can do NXT, since you watched more of it than I did. So, Social Knockout 2, for those of you who don't know, that was where NNA fought Slim and got knocked out in 40 seconds. So they're doing a sequel to that event called Social Knockout 2. It'll be Friday, October 15th. And so far, Slim is going to be fighting somebody. NNA said he's going to be boxing somebody. And they're going to have the first ever female influencer fight. I have no idea who these chicks are.
Oh.
And they're also going to have a live performance from DaBaby, of all people.
Because he'll do anything after he got canceled.
So I guess they're flying DaBaby out to Dubai. I guess you can call him the Dubai-Bee also.
Oh my fucking god.
But, yeah, so it comes out the same day as Halloween Kills, so I'm going to be watching Halloween Kills, not this. But the only reason I'm watching is for the NNA fight, because I want to see him actually box rather than what he did the first time. So,
well,
he's making a lot of claims that he's been training and stuff, and that he's going to actually box this time, so we'll see.
We can now get on to NXT 2.0.
Oh god. All right.
I'm
So
talking about
NXT
four
2.0.
things.
NXT 2.0 made its debut this week. They had a new set design, a smaller arena, the new logo, and all that. So I only watched the Index wedding, and I saw who won the NXT Championship because if you remember last week, we talked about how Samoa Joe got injured, and so they decided to do a fatal four-way for the vacant NXT title. They actually canceled the women's championship match. It was supposed to be Raquel Gonzalez versus Taya Valkyrie, but they canceled it. Uh, there was a lot of stuff on this show. The debut of Rick Steiner's son, all kinds of stuff.
One
But
second.
Austin watched more than I did, so Austin, if you want to get into it, you can. All right, I guess not.
I'm
so,
here. I'm here.
Go.
All right. So, Braun Breaker comes out, looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
Dude, like,
his name was supposed to be Rex Steiner, but for some reason they changed it. I don't know why.
But he looked phenomenal, and he was phenomenal in the fucking ring. Beat Eli Drake, or sorry, LA Knight in a fucking a nice competitive short match, and it was a nice breath of fresh air. Then I watched the B-Fab debut.
Oh,
It sucked
God.
ass.
So how was she, like, in terms of wrestling?
Regular moves, she was okay, but her finisher is a neck breaker.
Why? That's like the worst thing you can have as a finisher. That's like having a fucking DDT as a finisher nowadays.
Yeah. So her finisher's a neck breaker, and she won in like a minute.
Who does she face?
You know that masked chick who tagged with Sin Cara for a couple nights on Raw?
Yeah.
Her.
Oh, damn.
Then I watched. Actually, I didn't really watch the Fatal 4-Way. I mainly just glanced at it. But Wagner looks like a fucking ruthless aggression jobber, so fuck him. But they had Tommaso Ciampa win, so what the fuck ever. Ciampa is champion again. He doesn't need to be, but okay.
I think that makes him a two-time NXT champion now.
Yeah, and I didn't really want to see him be champion again, I gotta be completely honest.
Well, to put you in a better mood, why don't you go ahead and talk about the Index wedding?
Yeah, the only thing I was really looking forward to besides Braun Breaker's debut, the Index wedding, the thing we've been waiting for, and hopefully we get more Index because I'm hype. I'm actually buying the shirt. I'm pulling the plug and I'm gonna buy the shirt.
Oh God.
But Index wedding was a great wedding. Dexter Lumis talked for the first time. He said, "I do." Johnny Gargano was actually bearable in this. Austin Theory is no longer with the Way. Damian Priest was there. Beth Phoenix, she shouldn't have been there. I wish she would have just fucking stayed in her fucking seat like a real fucking commentator. But, you know, she's not fucking Jerry Lawler or Jim Ross like they fucking think she is. So, she's not no Mauro Ranallo either, so she can go fuck off. But, I mean, it was a good wedding. I'm glad Index is continuing, and I hope it never ends because that is my favorite storyline from NXT so far. NXT 2.0 so far.
So what did you think of the arena?
Stage is nice. The rest of it's eh.
What did you think of, like, how it's like in a smaller venue now?
It's been in a smaller venue.
I mean, like, because it looks like a high school gym now that they're
I
wrestling
mean,
in.
it's holding more people though. You gotta think about that. At least it's
Well,
holding more
all the
people.
marks. My favorite part of the entirety of NXT 2.0 was seeing Io Shirai in that dress.
Of course it was. Well,
Austin's favorite part was Gigi Dolan.
no, I genuinely skipped over her for that exact reason because I fucking can't stand
Oh, but
her.
but Mandy Rose has brown hair now, and because she's a heel, Austin.
Well, the curtains don't match the drapes then, so just saying.
Jesus Christ, dude.
All right,
Oh, my
well,
God.
that was episode 20 or
Yes,
2.0 of the What the Fuck podcast. Not as long as last week's because we fucking have
Not
lives.
as much wrestling talk either, so.
Yeah. But we will see you next week for episode 21.
So, before you end it, I do have a question. So now
Yep.
that we've finished Stranger Things Season 2, when are we going to start Season 3?
You want to just start it next week, or do you want to do The Boys?
I mean, we might as well just get through the third season to have them all done.
Alrighty. Well, next week we'll be doing that for confirmed. So.
Season 3, Episode 1, baby. Back to 8 episodes instead of 9. So, yeah.
No more bullshit.
But,
hopefully.
Yep. Till then, see you guys next time. What the fuck? And fuck you, Tommy Dreamer.
Go fuck yourself, Tommy. Peace.